A parking lot gunman who fatally shot an unarmed black man would have been charged if a white person had been killed, says an attorney representing the victim's family. Benjamin Crump said race is the reason that no charges have been filed after the videotaped altercation outside a Clearwater convenience store in a Florida parking lot on July 19. Crump, who gained national prominence representing the family of Trayvon Martin after the black teen's fatal shooting by a Hispanic man in 2012, alleged that Michael Drejka committed cold-blooded murder in the death of Marcase McLaughlin. Drejka, 47, confronted McLaughlin's girlfriend as she sat in the couple's car with two of their children, a 3-year-old and a 4-month-old, because she was parked in a handicapped accessible space. McLaughlin, 28, had gone into the store with their 5-year-old son. Brittany Jacobs said Drejka was cursing at her. Video shows McLaughlin exited the store and shoved Drejka to the ground. Seconds later, Drejka pulled a handgun and shot McLaughlin as he backed away. "We all know race is a factor in this case," Crump said at a news conference outside the Clearwater courthouse. Crump said that, if McLaughlin was white and Drejka was black, does anyone doubt that he, Drejka, would have been arrested and taken to jail if he would have not been shot right there in the parking lot? Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri said last week that under Florida's Stand Your Ground law, Drejka was defending himself and Gualtieri does not believe he could be charged. He turned the case over to the state attorney's office for a final decision. That office declined to comment yesterday. Drejka did not answer a phone number listed for him Thursday, and no attorney has come forward as his representative. Gualtieri, who is an attorney, said Drejka told investigators he feared he was about to be attacked again when he fired. Under the Stand Your Ground law, people can use deadly force if they believe they are in imminent danger of death or great bodily harm and have no obligation to retreat. Under a change made by the legislature last year, prosecutors must then prove the law does not apply. The soundless store security video shows the altercation began about a minute after Jacobs pulled into the handicapped accessible spot. She told reporters last week McLaughlin had just picked her up from her job as a nursing assistant. The parking lot was busy, and they were only stopping for a minute. McLaughlin and his oldest son got out and entered the store. Drejka pulled up in his SUV seconds later, parking perpendicular to Jacobs. He got out, walked to the back of Jacobs' car, looked at the license plate, and then went to the front, apparently looking for a handicapped sticker there. Drejka appears to say something to Jacobs and points to two empty spaces nearby. Share this article. Share. He then walked to Jacobs' window. He is speaking from about a foot away and gesturing with his hands. A man entering the store about 15 feet away stops to look and a woman glances over. McLaughlin then exits the store, walks toward Drejka, and, just as Jacobs gets out of the car, shoves Drejka with both hands. Drejka lands on his back and McLaughlin takes a step toward him. Drejka sits up, pulls his gun from his right front pocket, and points it at McLaughlin, who takes 3 steps back, his arms at his side. He fires, hitting McLaughlin, who runs back into the store clutching his chest. Witnesses said he collapsed in front of his son, who was waiting inside. Michael McLaughlin, the dead man's father, told reporters his son was protecting his family when he shoved Drejka. Any man out there would have done the exact same thing. He said Drejka should have stood up and fought his son, not shot him. Crump drew comparisons on Thursday to the case of Martin, a 17-year-old black youth who was fatally shot by George Zimmerman, a Hispanic man who was his Orlando area neighborhood's watch captain. Zimmerman had confronted Martin, who was walking back to the home of his father's fiancée after making a purchase at a convenience store. Zimmerman said he thought Martin might be a burglar casing homes. They fought and Zimmerman fatally shot him. There were no eyewitnesses or videos. Zimmerman said he feared that Martin, who was unarmed, was about to kill him, and a jury acquitted him of second-degree murder. Crump said Drejka and Zimmerman started their altercations, and the law should not let them then fatally shoot someone. They could have just let the police do their job. But these wannabe cops initiated the confrontation and shot and killed in cold blood these unarmed black men, he said. And then both were allowed to go home and sleep in their beds.